historic things already in a very short career. So we're super excited about having it. We're looking forward to even more, bigger, and better things.
Yes, indeed. First and foremost, I want to thank God for, giving me this opportunity to just live my dream and play football here in Tampa Bay. I want to say thank you to the Glazer family, to Jason, and the front office and everybody that's worked on this contract in some form, and just give me the opportunity to, just play football down here. It's been my dream ever since I was a young kid, and to still be here in Tampa Bay, the only place I really wanted to be at. It's a huge blessing, and I really appreciate everybody that's worked on the contract. I want to say thank you to all of my coaches along the way, from high school, I would say, on up, for teaching me so many different things. I want to give a shout out to Coach Bowles, Coach Rapone, for really teaching me a lot since I've been here these last 4 years. I leaned on those two guys a lot, and they taught me so much and have made me the player that I am today. So I want to say thank you to them. I also want to say thank you to all of my teammates that I've played with over the last 4 years, and for making it possible for me to be here, because I'm not the only one that's out on the field out there playing. So I want to say thank you to them. I also want to say thank you to my family, my fiance for being my rock and holding everything down. I want to say thank you to my parents and my brothers for also being my support system throughout this whole thing. History, this deal right here is a dream come true. I had a vision going on into this year, and I manifested a lot of things, and it's something that you have to see before it actually happens. And I put the work in, and I'm gonna continue to put the work in. I feel like my best football hasn't even been displayed yet. I feel like that's coming down here towards the future, and I'm just extremely grateful for this opportunity, just to play football down here and continue to live my dream and lead this team and just allow more wins to happen down here. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Antoine, a year to the date.
For everything to come to fruition as I envisioned it is just an amazing feeling. I don't really know how to explain it, because it's kind of crazy looking at, I'm sure, the video that I posted out there, and coming back now, a year to that date, I'm like, wow, I still can't believe I actually accomplished that feat, but I still got more ahead of me.
The idea of manifestation, I mean, you didn't just proclaim online and a year later you're here with a new deal, but also, your coaches have mentioned that in practice, you get the ball, you're running to the end zone. When did you start doing those types of things, or when did manifestation really kind of become part of your mental game?
Yeah, I feel like you learn every year, and I feel like the more years I'm getting underneath my belt, I learn more things about myself and about my game. And I feel like the best thing for me is just manifesting it, seeing it before it happens. Because you gotta have that vision first, and then you gotta have a plan and put the work in for it to actually come to fruition. So it's extremely important, and it's something that I just kind of incorporated in my game over time.
I was going to say, was there a point specifically in your pro career when you started doing more of that, or was that even something you were doing in college?
I feel like it was something that I've done early on. Everybody has goals, and I would say it stems from having goals and just setting myself up that way. Starting high school, man, I want to go to the state championship. I want to be all-state player, and it's just like seeing that and having that title above your name and things like that. So I feel like it kind of started with me at a young age.
Antoine, safeties don't always get love like this in the NFL, in the draft, in contracts. So what did it mean to you not only to be the highest paid safety in the NFL, but the highest paid DB on top of all those corners?
Yeah, it means a lot. My goal coming in was to be the highest paid safety. I want to clear that up. And when my agent called me and went over the details, I was just like, wow. I don't know if I shouted him out, but shout out to David Mulugeta at Athletes First. Great agent. He had, taken care of me and just looked out for me and made this possible.
Jason, just to kind of pick up on that, you could have made Antoine the highest paid safety, as he was talking about. You decided to go the extra mile. Why was that, and how did that come about in the talks and all this? Is that something that the Buccaneers wanted to do initially, or is that something from the agent?
Every negotiation's a little different. There wasn't a point where we were at to the point where we ended. It really wasn't a huge ask. And when you have a player like Antoine who's done everything right, been just a stellar teammate. You know, we've talked about this all offseason, the kind of guys we look for, and Antoine's silhouette could be up there as well. So you feel good about doing good things for great players, great teammates, great people for this organization.
Antoine, a year ago you made so many big plays, game-changing plays. I'm wondering if you had a favorite, and what's the next step for you? When we talk to Nick, he's always saying, "Gotta get 10."
Oh yeah.
You see that out there for yourself?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, that was something that was said in the video too. I don't know if you watched it, but he said I gotta get 10. You know, my goal is to get 10 takeaways, however they come. But yeah.
So did you have a favorite play?
Oh, my favorite play.
Yeah.
I would probably say the fumble in the back of the end zone versus Carolina. I would say, after like watching that play, I was like, that was a play. I'm like, I can't believe I made that. But you know, it all comes from just working hard and, you know, just fighting and defending every blade of grass.
How often, or do you find yourself kind of reacting that way when you're watching your own tape, where you're like, whoa, I just did that?
Yeah, I find myself having that reaction a lot. Like, wow, I can't believe that happened. But I train like that, and you know, I kind of put myself through those situations, and then when it happens, it's like, wow, I did it. But it's because like I've worked it, and I've seen it already, and I've played it 1,000 times in my head. Even after practice, I'll get on the jugs. I'm like a kid, you know, a kid that's like shooting to make the buzzer beater shot. I'm playing in my head. Okay, we're down. Or we're up 3 points, you know, this team has to get to this certain yard line to kick a field goal and win a game. I'm in the middle of the field and I'm breaking on the ball and I'm catching the ball, boom, we win the game. And the more I visualize and the more I work those scenarios, you know, it comes up and it happens in real life.
Antoine, your dad said recently, he shared stories about you growing up back as early as elementary school, said he would join him when everyone was going to sleep. He's going over his film, and you join him for those film sessions. What do you remember from that time back then, and just your love for the game back then?
Yeah, I would say my first memory is playing football with my dad. And so, you know, watching him play, you know, I grew up underneath him and I always wanted to play in the league. It's always been a dream of mine. And as early as I can remember, I would see him outside doing ladder drills. And I'm like, I gotta get out here and get some work in with him. And I'm young, I'm probably like 5, 6 years old, like outside doing ladder drills. Not sure what I'm really doing, but I'm out here following him, so I must be doing something right. And he was coaching me and critiquing me and making sure that I did everything the right way. But you know, came a long way since then. You know, he's helped me out through everything football-wise and just learning. And he taught me a lot. And he's one of the reasons why I'm here today. But I really just lean on him and ask him all the questions. And he had the blueprint. He did it already. You know, he played for 14 years, so I just kind of emulated everything that he did.
Do you remember those film sessions back then, and how was he? I mean, you were really young, obviously. How was he open to you working with him?
Yeah, the one that I remember the most is when he played against, I think it was Detroit, and I remember he had the little DVD player and a little CD, and he was just sitting up. He had to just film, sit up in his bed, and I remember going up asking like what he was doing, and he was just, I got Calvin Johnson this week. So we're trying to figure out how to stop him, and then he was just going over like what he was supposed to do in certain plays and how he was supposed to shut him down. So that's one of the early memories that I have.
It stuck with you?
Yeah, 100%.
How old were you probably about when he was getting ready to play Calvin?
That time I was probably 8 or 9.
Antoine, in that video, is that your fiance that's filming?
That is, and it was her idea. You know, she was out there with me doing some extra work.
Where was that at?
It was at a park, like right down the street by my house. It was just at a park, you know.
In
I just went in.
Tampa, or?
Yeah, in Tampa.
Okay.
And I was out there just doing some extra work. And she picked up the camera and she was like, say something to the camera. And then I just started talking. And, you know, those are goals that I had in my mind. And, you know, now we're here today and I accomplished those.
Jason, did you know that was his dream there?
I just told him and Tess to start filming how we're going to win Super Bowl.
Jason, you know, you did extend Baker, you did give him a big deal, but the majority of guys you're giving these multi-year deals to year after year are guys that you developed, that you drafted. Is that key to being able to retain these guys? Like knowing that, hey, if you work hard enough, you can get to where Antoine is, and you can actually point to him and point to Mike and say, those are homegrown guys, you know, because a lot of times guys think they have to go somewhere else to get their big payday.
Well, that's our goal. First of all, we drafted in a coaches developed him, they did a great job, and they've done a great job with all of our young players. And say young, it's Antoine's age, and 30's young to me. So, but they've done a great job with that, and that's our goal. I mean, we're going to supplement the roster. I think I've said it from day one. I think every GM says it too in the initial press conference. You want to build the team through the draft and supplement here and there in free agency, but you want to reward your own. And I think we've proven that Glazer family, we will reward our own. So that's the goal.
Antoine, to see that video from last spring, we see how motivated you were to get to this point now. Your next 4 years, you're going to make like 10 times as much as you did the last 4 years. How do you keep that fire and that motivation now that you've gotten to this place financially?
Yeah, I'm the type of person, I'm never satisfied. You know, I always, like, my goal every season is to do better than I was the previous season. And like Coach Rapone always says, too much is given, much is expected. And I know that coming in, I'm just going to be better than I was before. I'm going to train harder than I was before. And something that's also big for me is just learning something new every single day. Because, you know, there's so much to learn in the sport, so many ways that I can improve my game. And so, you know, I'm just excited to, you know, be given the opportunity here in Tampa. And, you know, I still got that fire in me, and I don't see it going away at any time. I'm still going to be out here doing extra work and doing things like that. So I'm just excited to be here.
When you went to sign the contract, you saw $84 million. What kind of flashed through your mind?
Oh, it's coming up soon after this, but it's gonna be crazy. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's gonna be a nice feeling.
What are the new goals now that you're trying to manifest?
Ooh, new goal, Super Bowl. I want another Super Bowl. That was also a goal that I set in there too. So Super Bowl 2, and then go from there. You know, that's the plan for right now.
Antoine, this is obviously a sweet day for you, but this is going to be a sweet season for you, playing against Jordan Whitehead again.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Just talk about your level of excitement about pairing with him again in the second year.
Oh, very excited. You know, when I came in my rookie year, you know, I played with him for a few years, and I was really leaning on him when I first got here. And for him to be back, you know, we had great chemistry when he was here, and so we're just trying to build on that and improve that. But we're both a little bit older, a little bit more wiser, and have more experience under our belts. So, you know, I can't wait to work with him and just go out there and ball.
And Jason, obviously, you've got a lot of deals done, a lot of big contracts. You put out Tristan Wirfs, obviously probably the next up. Do you have to kind of use that vision and look ahead to see how you can fit all these pieces together?
Yeah, well, fortunately, Mike, Greenberg, Jackie, they've done a great job with this. They deserve their shout outs. I mean, I'm not the one that's doing all the legwork on that. So I'm the one that gets to call them and tell them congratulations. So, or say yes or no, or not get phone calls from him for a little bit. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So I'm joking. Yeah, so it was a big puzzle this year, how to fit it all in, and hopefully we can finish this off.
What was that phone call like?
That was a great phone call.
What'd you say?
Well, congratulations. Nobody has more gratitude than Antoine. He's grateful for everything, every opportunity. I remember that draft. It was during COVID. We couldn't do the visits. We couldn't do a lot of workouts. John and Mike, Beal, you know, did a lot of Zooms, learned how to Zoom. But I do remember Antoine answering the question right. What's his ultimate goal was to win Super Bowls and then gold jacket. So he got it in the right order.
Is that what convinced you to draft him?
The play on the tape was pretty convincing. So we were fortunate to get him.
Antoine, what are you looking forward to doing this offseason specifically for you and improving on and such?
Yeah, the same thing I've been doing the entirety of my football career, just getting better. And you know, that's in a various amount of or different aspects of my game, because there's so much to learn, like I said before. So, you know, just even creating better study habits, doing the same like DB drills and stuff that I always do, but really just, you know, keying in on taking the ball away. You know, that's what gets you paid, being able to take that ball away, because, you know, ultimately it results in giving the offense more opportunities with the ball and for us to, you know, win games. So that's just my goal, just to create takeaways for this team.
What was your dad's reaction when you told him to pick up the phone call and told him what you just landed?
He kind of just yelled the whole time. So that's pretty much what he was doing, just yelling. But he was proud.
What about when Jason called you though? What was your reaction? We heard what he said, but what did you say?
I was excited. You know, it's still surreal to me that, you know, be the highest paid in history, or the highest paid defensive back in history is just, you know, a phenomenal feeling. I don't really know how to explain it. It still feels crazy today. That's why I'm always smiling. I mean, I was smiling before, but I'm really smiling now. It's been amazing.
So first purchase in mind?
I do not
It's a
right now.
fly new outfit, it
Thank
looks
you,
like.
thank
I mean,
you.
was that part of the, I guess it wouldn't count as the first purchase because you don't quite have it in.
Yeah, I gotta shout out my fiance. You know, she's my stylist, so she gets me right with the fits. I barely know what I have on. I just I ask her, it's good. I'm like, yeah, it's good. So I just put it on. So shout out to her.
Antoine, speaking of that 2020 draft class, to be a part of that with Tristan Wirfs, and you guys do have Hall of Fame potential. What's it like to, you know, to see that guy attain the same level of success that you have as a Super Bowl champion, a Pro Bowler, and all those things, and an All-Pro? And he's about ready to cash in too.
Oh yeah. I texted Tristan the other day. I'm like, it's coming, bro. I'm already knowing. But yeah, it's been, you know, amazing to play with him, and you know, coming out the same class. I feel like once we got in here, you know, we both worked extremely hard, and we both just wanted to come in here and just do great things. And so far to this point, I feel like we both had great careers, and I hope that continues down the line as we continue to grow and you know, just lead this team.
You mentioned
Couple
too
more
much is
questions,
given,
please.
much is expected. We've seen you already take a bigger role as far as being a leader on the team, finding your voice more. What is kind of the next step for you as a leader on this team? Because you're gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah. Just to continue to be myself and you know, lead by example, obviously, but also bring up the guys with me to match my energy, to match my work ethic, and put that work in so we can, you know, ultimately get another Super Bowl.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Antoine.
Congrats.